We're joined now by Dr. Derrell Peel, our OSU Extension livestock marketing specialist. And Derrell, still snow on the ground, widespread winter weather across Oklahoma. How have cattle operations been affected?
Yeah, you know, for our producers in Oklahoma, these kind of conditions create a number of management headaches for them. We don't get this kind of weather all that often, and it doesn't usually last very long. So, you know, producers have had a lot of additional efforts to put out additional feed for cattle. Probably one of the biggest challenges is making sure they have water, so a lot of chopping ice and so on. A few of our producers are already in calving season. So that was a particular concern given the sub-freezing temperatures we've had for several days, they've had to put a lot of extra effort in to make sure those calves get off to a good start.
Lots of things to think about and do. Farmers and ranchers certainly really busy with their livestock. Talk about any market effects that you have seen during this time.
Well, there are several things we might see going forward. It'll take a little time to know exactly where we're at. As far as those newborn baby calves, depending on whether there were losses of those, this storm covered such a wide part of the country that there's a chance that we lost enough calves. That would impact obviously the size of the calf crop later in the year, or the number of calves that we wean. So that could be a potential impact. I doubt if it's that big, but it's possible. The more immediate impact that we will see sooner will be in feedlot cattle. This kind of cold weather, cattle will, their performance will drop. It'll take them longer to finish. And we'll probably see some decrease in carcass weights relative to what we would have been. So there'll be a little bit of impact on beef production going forward.
How could consumers be impacted as a result of the storm?
Well, again, all of the travel delays we had may actually impact demand from a negative standpoint. People weren't out and about as much, lots less travel. So that would be a short-term negative impact. Longer term, again, if we interrupt beef production or the flow of beef through supply chains, we could see some disruptions that consumers will notice in the coming weeks.
Switching gears, and last but not least, the cattle on feed report. What do the latest numbers show?
The January cattle on feed report showed a January 1 feedlot inventory that was down 3.2% from a year ago. So we're starting to see that feedlot inventory decline a little more rapidly than we have for many months. Placements in December were down 5.4%. Marketings in December were actually about 1.8% above a year earlier, so a little bit bigger there. I think some of that was carryover from the fact that markets were so disrupted last fall. Marketings were way down in November, and some of those carried over into December for a slight increase. So the other thing that was in this report was a quarterly breakdown of steers and heifers on feed. So we've been monitoring that. Heifers on feed in particular, that percentage actually went back up again. It's been above average now for several years, and we have not seen that fall yet. So, that by itself would suggest that we're not seeing a lot of indications of heifer retention at this point in time.
All right, Derrell, thanks for the information. We'll see you again soon.